Alrighty, so I think we are sharing live here. Give me just 1 second to make sure everything is showing up. Looks like we are good to go. Let's waste no time here. I'm recording this and streaming this live on Halloween 2018. So I'm not expecting a big turnout, which is totally fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but I really wanted to go ahead and answer this question. I got a comment on one of my previous videos about behavioral adaptive marketing. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description of this one for that video. And the follow-up comment of it was, it's cool that we can segment our list based on what options they select during an opt-in process. You know, the little radio buttons that you can put in your opt-in forms. But can you go deeper? Can you actually create kind of like a conditional logic and a survey? And what the comment was really asking about was the ask method. And this is something that has been made common and really popular by Ryan Levesque. And the general idea behind this is instead of just opting in and then treating all your subscribers like one bucket of subscribers and trying to sell them one product, go ahead and do very ruthless targeting and segmenting up front before you go ahead and start email marketing to them. Once you've done the segmentation, then you can really make sure you tailor that marketing message to that individual person and where they're at in their life. And so the question came back, can you do that right now in Kartra? So there's two answers to this. The short answer is not yet. It's on their radar to do with a very easy survey. Survey funnels is on their roadmap, but there is a way to do it that I kind of pieced together because I'm a geek like that. And I want to go ahead and walk through that live with you guys here tonight. Looks like my stream got lost, but I see two people are.
I'm still here.
Got like a red bar here. Oh, nope. Okay, stream resumed. So sorry if I'm having issues with the stream here. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and create an ask method type of funnel here in Kartra. And we'll do this by kind of mapping out what the process is, talking through it, and then doing it click by click. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive into a tool I love to use for kind of getting my thoughts together for a digital marketing funnel. And this is Funnelytics. You can go to funnelytics.io. This is a free level. They do have a paid level that you guys can test out as well. But what we're going to do is just kind of walk through the process of setting this thing up. So the ask method is not going to be exactly like Ryan Levesque teaches in his book or in his courses. I haven't taken the course personally, but I have read the book. But it's going to be good enough for what you can do today with Kartra. If you really want to get into that honed in, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Get that honed in message from the get-go. So what you would do is something like this, where once they go to an opt-in form, you can put a radio button on this opt-in form, but ultimately this is going to be just the step one of the process that's going to get them into your segmentation funnel, or you can call it a survey funnel or however you want to call it. But once they opt in, instead of just taking them to a thank you page, you could think of this as opt in order to find out the 5 things you need to do to grow your business or whatever the offer is. But the thing that they're actually doing is signing up for a survey. And the survey is going to be one that we manually build, and we'll do that here together. And we'll do a very simple one that we can kind of map out the questions here. Once you go through this process and they've clicked through your survey, then you can do the segmentation based on the data that they've selected in their survey. So let's go ahead and just give you an example of this. So once they opt in, you're going to take them to question 1 of the survey. And this can be something simple like, are you a man or a woman? And once they've answered that question, then if they click man, you can have them go to page A. And if they click woman, you can have them go to page B. Let me actually change the arrow around. And let's go ahead and name this. If they say man here, or if they say woman here, then they can go into different question 2s. And then question 2, you could either make this the same question, like what is your income, or you could make it unique to their previous answer. So if they've selected man, you could be like, what is the thing you want to strengthen the most, your chest or your arms or whatever the case may be. And if it's woman, you could be like, where do you want to lose weight, your butt, your thighs, or whatever. You can make the questions unique or individuals. You know what I'm trying to get to there. My wife's over in the background laughing at how uncomfortable I am asking that question. And then this can go on and on for as long as you want to, but ultimately you're going to get down to, let's go ahead and use this like a sales video, a segmented answer, a segmented page that knows what they did previously. So if they, took the server 1, they're a man, they want to get, we have to include the opt-in on step 1, is because what we're going to be doing is based on which pages, which path the user takes, we're going to add individual tags on each one of those pages. And so there's going to be a bit of manual work. If this is a 10, 20, 30 question quiz you want them to take, I would go ahead and just tell you to wait until the actual survey functionality is released within Kartra. But otherwise, this will be a way to go. Hey, Turned Up Fitness, thank you for the comment. Yeah, sorry about the bad stream. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but we'll get through it. You let me know if it's like not viewable, and I can just record this and publish it as a non-live video. My wife says she'll stop downloading and going on Netflix and doing all the things. Just slowing down our bandwidth here. All right, so does this make sense? This kind of the path here we're going down, opt-in to questions, and the questions are going to lead to specific segments and tags. So every time they select a different answer, we're going to have a different tag added to that subscriber. Okay, let's go see if we can do this, and let's see if we can do it on the first try. So what I did before the video is just make a simple quiz page, and I pre-populated because I knew I would do something where it'd start with man and woman. So let's go ahead and save this, but let's start from the beginning here with an opt-in page. And let's go back to our dashboard and build a new page. We'll launch this one. And let's call this Welcome to the Quiz. And I made an ask method category just to keep my stuff organized here. Yeah, perfect. Turned Up Fitness is looking for surveys for qualified leads, so that's definitely what they're here for. So let's go ahead. I shouldn't have done a. Here we go. Let's just make a simple one. And let's assume this is going to be like a fitness related thing. So. Ready to get in the best shape of your life?
Heck yeah!
Quick survey to find out your next steps. And so here, because you have to actually put in your information up front, you just want to let them know why. You can say, we're going to send you supplemental information to make sure you get your result that you desire. Let's go ahead and edit our opt-in form. And I didn't make one, so let's go ahead and create a new opt-in form and call it Ask Survey. And create it and apply. Okay, so we have our opt-in form, good to go. And let's publish this live. And let me just copy that in case I need it and return to the dashboard. Let's make sure it looks good. Okay, so we have our first page, no questions so far. And obviously this form is not configured. So let's go ahead and make our first quiz question first. First quiz question first. And then we can make the form to configure it to go to that thank you page. All right, so we have our, whoops, that was the page I just built. All right, sample quiz page. So I made this guy. And also, just a question for the guys in the live stream right now. Have any of you implemented surveys in a different way with Kartra? I'd be curious. This is the best I thought to do, but there might be a better way. So let's just say question 1. Are you a man or a woman? Easy enough. And I'm thinking through this. I'm probably going to want to create all the pages up front. And then that way I can link them all up as I'm building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this page. And so I've got this page published. And I'm going to clone this out as many times as Funnelytics says I need to. So let me go from here and bounce back to see the kind of the big picture here. So this was the page we were working on. So I need to clone it once, twice. Let's just do it. All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's do what we say. So clone it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times, let's say. We're not going to build all that out, but just so we can link it all together, we'll go and do it that way. So we have this sample quiz page, and I'm going to clone it. And this will be the man Q2, question number 2. All right. And I'll publish them, but I'll come back through and keep working through it. Okay, so we got man question 2. Let's go ahead and clone this guy now. And call this female question 2. Clone. And I think it would probably be smarter if I just saved it as a template, and then I could just make it as a new page. All right, so we have a couple of these. Let's go ahead and work with what we have, because I don't want to take too much time on the stream just cloning pages. So we have sample quiz page number 1. Let's edit this guy. And so basically, you guys can probably guess what the next steps are. So we have man or woman as our 2 buttons. And if we go and edit the man button, and we can change the link to be a Kartra page. And we're going to call this the ask method man question number 2. So this is the next step in the quiz. Okay. And then woman. Link, Kartra page, ask method, female question 2. So we're not doing any of the magic here yet. This is simply creating that navigation as they're going through your survey. The magic is going to happen on every time they land on one of the answers from their page. All right, so let's publish this live, make sure that's live. And so let's go ahead and fill out the next question, the subsequent questions for each one of these guys here. So man question 2. We'll edit this. And this is where we're going to start adding in the segmentation. So what has happened here is they have already, if they've gotten to this page, they've already answered the question 1 and they told us that they're a man. So what we can do is as soon as they land on this page, we're going to create a setting and we're going to add a tag. So if somebody visits this page, that means they're a man because they answered that question. So we're going to go into, we're going to create a new tag and we'll just call it man. Answered survey as a man. And we'll go ahead and create the category. The ask category. So now, if they land on this page, that means that they've already told us they're a man, so we're good to go there. So now the next question would be, what would you ask the man? So, what do you want to strengthen? And then here we would say like, chest or arms. All right, so super vain. So whatever, it is what it is, guys. So we'll publish this guy live. Let me just see how it looks. Okay, cool. Let me just check the comments real quick. Very cool. So we could go, on and on with this, but that is the concept here. So what happens is, as they go deeper onto the survey, deeper down into the funnel, you can continually add tags to each new page that they've gotten to. The downside is, if each one of these branches off into 2 or 3 different options, depending on how many buttons you have on your questions, it can pretty quickly explode in the number of pages you need to clone. The good side is, though, is that by the end of it, you can know it's a man who is between 25 years old and 50 years old who wants to get their chest stronger. At that point, you can implement a very strong marketing message to that individual segment. So let's go ahead and do the last bit just to finish this off. And let's create the opt-in form and just show you this one path. So we're not going to go and do all the paths. So go into My Forms, Ask Survey we created. So here on this form, we could also add another drop-down or another item that would segment them even from the beginning, which would save a lot of time and save some steps. You could add a radio button that says, are you a male or female on step 1? That way you don't even have to worry about all the cloning of pages. Single opt-in is fine. And then for the destination page, let's go ahead and say they're going to do the ask method, and sample quiz page was the first one we created. Save and next. Skip this. You can skip everything else. All right. So we're kind of flying through this pretty quickly, but let's go ahead and check to see how this works. And because I didn't build out the woman side, we're just going to go ahead and click on man and show them get the tag based on the question they answered. Okay, so we went through, are you a man or a woman? I'll say I'm a man. And then it's going to ask them the next question here. So you can see this looks very much like a quiz survey or some of the quiz software out there. Like I've used Thrive Quiz Builder, and honestly, this result looks a lot like Thrive Quiz Builder. It is a little bit more cumbersome right now to build, but I think it's going to be easier over time. So here, we could say we want to build our arms and whatnot, and that would take them on and on down the funnel. But what I should see now is if I look at that lead that I just created, that john@incomemesh.com, then they should have the tag of man because I clicked on the button. To protect all my subscribers' privacies, let me just go dive into that lead real quick. Perfect. Okay, so I've pulled up John at IncomeMesh in my lead log, and you can see that I visited the Ask Survey page. I completed the form that I started the survey, and when I clicked through the different pages, I got the tag man applied when I visited the man Q2 page. So as you can imagine, you could build this out again. If I had built another page for when the men say, I want to build my chest, when they land on that chest page, you could add another tag there. And based on that, in your email sequences, you can create subsequences where if the men have chest as what they want to focus on, send them down this email sequence. If they have arms or whatever, send them down that email sequence. You can get as deep as you want to with it. And even though this is a bit cumbersome to do, what's great about it is there's no limits. Like you could have as much customization to this process as you want. I'll be curious to see when the survey functionality comes out in Kartra, what that allows you to do. But this is a pretty solid way to get a good result without that even being launched yet. So that was the quick thing I wanted to get out today. This was a direct response to a comment I got on a previous video, and I had a few minutes, so I wanted to go ahead and show how you could do it here. I'll kind of kick over to the comments and see what you guys think. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for the feedback. Hope this is helpful. And I wonder, can you add survey forms to the overall segments? I wonder if can you add survey forms to the overall segments? I'm not quite sure what that question's asking. Turned up fitness. So this,
kind of what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're doing here, where... Yeah. Yeah, that's we're accomplishing the same thing, where we're creating a survey basically by making pages and logic behind it. So I do hope that the survey feature makes this quicker. Yep, and we're doing that through tags. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, multiple questions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, so I guess today you could do multiple questions. Well, it would have to be a button, and once you click the button, it's going to send you to the page. So I think right now you're probably a little bit limited in what you can do. But, again, you can always just... One other thing is if you have multiple questions on the same page, you also might have less completions because people, they tend to get overwhelmed when you ask them to answer 3, 4, 5 questions. But if you see they're making progress and they're clicking and it's moving the page through, there's some psychology there to keep them actually completing it. So, all right, guys, this was fun. We'll do more of these. I enjoy doing these kind of live, just get them out quick. So thank you for tuning in, and I will be back probably tomorrow with another video. So talk to you guys later.